All right, we caught up with Team Imco, Jimmy Spears, George Auriemma. It was a good race out here. Tell me a little bit about it.
It was a good race out there. We did well. I believe we set the boat up okay. The driver I got kind of salvaged what we could salvage out of it. And, what do you think?
We had a good time running against the other guys, and we run with Mark and Jenny, and they had a good time doing that. And Saratoga's a great place, and everything worked out. And came home. Everybody's here. It's a good day of racing.
Where'd you all finish at?
People at third place out. Yeah, so we got a podium finish, which is nice. And picked the right propeller. The boat was balanced nice. No spotting, a couple hard hits, and a couple hard hits got us.
Yeah, I think we. It was actually for us. It was the first rough water race of the year for us together with in the boat. And, you know, we did the setup as best as we could anticipate, and I'm real happy with it. You know, spent a lot of time with throttle up propellers. They've given us a lot of attention, and compared to last year, I'd say we've made some really good headway, huh?
Oh yeah, the propellers work nice, the boat handles great, the balance is good. It just, you can tell all the time you put in it, and the boat didn't miss a beat.
Yeah. We also picked up Lucas oil last year, and all the fluids in the boat everything's from Lucas. It's all synthetic racing, from the gear lube to the engines to the trim pumps to the power steering, and you know, we don't have no aeration or cavitation or nothing like that anymore. And of course, I can't say enough about Imco. Imco's been on the boat 10 years, and everybody knows Imco quality marine products, from drives to steering to exhaust, pumps. They're doing their own trim pumps now. They have the best power steering you could ever put in a boat. They build their own gimbals. I love it. It's a gimbal that if you did have a malfunction with the boat, you don't discard the whole gimbal. You actually can pull the center out of the gimbal with 3 Allen screws, throw it away, and you put in a whole new, what's the bearing in the center?
Pivot assembly for the hinge bands.
Correct. All the, well, the gimbal bearing. The bearing in the center can actually be replaced, and when people know that when you're out here and offshore and you end up beating a boat up, and say you blow a universal joint and it whips around in there and it tears up the gimbal housing, universal joint usually tears up the gimbal boot. Well, Imco's, of course, are innovators. You know, they don't follow anybody. They design their own equipment. Actually, there's 3 Allen screws, and the whole collar will slide out, and you get a whole new gimbal, whole new ring, and a whole new collar for the gimbal boot. Put it all back together. You're not in deep for $5,000 or $6,000 gimbal housing, and it's things like that that actually make it affordable to keep and run these kinds of equipment. I run a 2-gallon sea strainer that actually self-bails itself. We don't ever lose water pressure at all, and it's I can't say enough. The boat's a 30-foot Phantom, and right now Phantoms seem to have proven that that's the boat to be in our Super V Light class. Jimmy's rowing lots of boats. What do you think about the ride of the Phantom?
The boat runs nice, it turns nice, you can throw it around, and it takes the input you give it. And it's, you don't have to finesse it, you just point it and it goes, and it's a lot of fun to run.
These boats run upwards of 100 miles an hour. Tell me a little bit about the power plant.
Well, it's got a 525 Mercury, stock, sealed, freshwater cooled engine. It's about as rugged a motor as it comes. It'll run all season, change the fluids, barely even need to change the spark plugs. They've just got it figured out. You just run them and run them and run them, and make sure the headers don't fall off, and keep them tight in the boat, and you can count on them. It's just great power.
All right, that's Team Imco. Jimmy Spears, George Auriemma, we appreciate it, and we'll see you, when's your next race?
I believe we're going to St. Clair, Michigan. Yeah?
St. Clair. I think we're heading north into the cool weather
north,
and the
yeah,
fresh water.
Yeah. We love Florida. I'm a Floridian, and he's a Texan, so he's used to the heat, but no, we're going to go north.
Flat water, rough?
Could be
It
either.
goes either way, you know, but for the boats, it's I think it's a river, isn't it?
It's freshwater. It's between
Lake Huron.
between the big lake and the next lake down, the north of Detroit, and it's been rough there.
Yep.
You can have the swells if the wind's right, like anywhere. If the wind's right, the swells will run right down the river out of the big lakes, and they just no tell.
Very fast race. I mean, the same odds of flipping and tripping a boat happen there as any other facility. So
It's neat
that's
for
what
the
we'll be.
It's neat for the spectators. There's actually a bulkhead lined up in the waterfront park, and you can be right there and smell them and get splashed as they go by. So spectator-wise, it's a great event.
All right, Team Imco racing her boat today, Sunday in Sarasota. A crowd of over 100,000 people. Good luck, and we'll see you next race.